there is some support cards that will be releasing very, very soon, which is the stuff that we've seen the influencer openings yesterday. Battles of Legends Monstrous Revenge is releasing in 9 days. So this is next week, very soon, very, very soon. And this will be legal for both the European Championship as well as the North American WCQ. And maybe even some other WCQs around the globe. I don't know exactly all the dates of all the World Championship qualifiers, but it's going to be legal for some of the biggest tournaments coming up. I'm looking at these on Card Cluster right now. I don't know if there's a better way to look at all that, but that's what I found this morning when I was looking for Battles of Legends Monsters Revenge set list. So here we have all the cards listed, and we even have a little icon, a little color thingy next to the cards in signaling which rarity they come in. The set only has what? Ultra rares and secret rares and the new quarter century rarity. Sort by rarity? Sort by rarity. Oh yeah, that's better. Okay. So the light blue means that the card comes in quarter century rare. We can look at the quarter century rares in a bit. The purple is secret rares, and the yellow gold-ish is obviously ultra rare. Is it confirmed legal for Euros? I mean, yes. Why would it not be? It releases it releases 1.5 weeks. 1.5 weeks before Euros. Of course it's legal. Oh my god, this is so much better. This is so much better. Holy shit. I can't believe the other way is the standard layout. That's so dumb. Why is the other one the standard layout? Holy shit. Give me this when I enter the page. What the hell? Okay. God damn. All right, so I want to talk about this set, or look at this set, in 3 different sections basically. The first section is quickly go over the reprints, because this set is a mix between completely new cards and reprints. I want to quickly touch on some reprints that are being done and how I like them, or how we like them. Then we're going to look at new cards, right? See what sort of potential is there, because I know some of those cards are good, like Assault Synchron, Duality, the Sky Striker Link. Some of those cards we absolutely need to talk about. Some of the other cards I even need to read because I don't remember what they do. And then the third thing is I quickly want to talk about the quarter century rare, which there's a couple of them confirmed already. I don't know if this is all of them, but I just want to quickly, go over that. So let's quickly talk about reprints first. There's a few things worth noting, because I think this has a lot of good reprints. Let's go top to bottom, cards that are good reprints that I can see. Ibli has been going up in price, so I think Ibli is a very welcome reprint. Danger Nessie, while not being a stupid expensive card, it's been around, even for the gold rare, ultra rare versions. I think you needed to pay around $4 to $5, maybe even more than that, I'm not sure. But Danger Nessie is also a welcome reprint. Like, this card definitely wasn't cheap. Like, cheap. Foxy Tune and Ogre Dance are incredible reprints. Those cards have been expensive, even though they weren't even part of top meta decks currently, but they were still, like, you could play some local, like, you can now make some really nice budget decks with these cards, I think. Because in, like, Gold Pride Punk or whatever, those were like the most expensive cards, I think. So Punk reprints are nice. Adventure reprints, same thing, right? Adventure cards are not present in any of the top tier meta decks. Still, Rite of Aramis and Water Enchantress were kind of pricey for tier 2 to tier 3 decks. It didn't feel great. I can imagine it didn't feel great to look at, like, a deck that you thought was cool, but not really, like, top tier, and you needed to spend, like, I'm pretty sure the full adventure engine was still, like, over $100, right? And so now Now that gives you the ability to finally play those cards at a reasonable price point, I hope. Junk Archer, you might not know this if you're not into Time Wizard, but this card was stupid expensive. This card needed a reprint, for sure. Very good. Very happy that they gave the Edison players some love with this one. And even a nice printing. It has an ultra rare and a super rare, and I believe also already had a... Maybe it already had it. No, it didn't have a secret rare print, I think. And now it gets a secret rare print. That's nice. Draco Berserker of the Tenny. Originally, yesterday when I saw this, I wasn't sure if this was a good reprint or not, but chat said it was apparently 15 euros. Apparently, Draco Berserker of the Tenny was cash money, so good reprint. Amazing Dragon, somewhat, okay reprint. Tiramisu, okay reprint. I think Tiramisu was somewhat expensive, but I mean, not that many people want to play Madolce, but it's fine. Number 92, I'm crying finally. Okay, why was this a good reprint? Can someone tell me? Was this expensive? It was... Okay, someone, literally, there was two people in chat. One said 40 euros and one said 1 euro. Literally, how can your information be so different? Okay, I'm going over the card market. I'm typing it in. C92. No, it's not C92. It's number 92. Number 92. Heart. Okay, this card was at least in this rarity, it's like 8 or 9 euros for a card that, by all intents, from a competitive standpoint, this card is pretty much garbage. So I don't understand that. Is there more reprints? Okay, that's an oversized card. It has an ulti and an ultra and a ghost. Ultra was also... No, this card was expensive. Yeah, okay. That card was expensive. Herald of Pure Light was also expensive. Like, expensive... Sometimes I'm using expensive in very different terms because you have to view it in relation, right? Like, I mean, Herald of Pure Light, I think, was like a 10 euro card or something, which is like, compared to some other cards in here, it wasn't that expensive. But if you're looking at like a super rare, it's just a super rare from way back in the day that like you only play it very rarely in different sprite variations. Spending 10 bucks on that or whatever is just annoying. It's just annoying sometimes that like you have to spend, or if you're building an Edison deck, you know, spending 10 bucks or 15 bucks on a junk archer is just annoying because it doesn't have to be that way. The card isn't that good. It's only expensive because it's super old and hasn't been reprinted. It's just a frustrating thing to spend like 10 or more bucks on the card like that. Dante, I don't understand. Was Dante money? Surely not. No way. Okay, no, it wasn't. It wasn't. Then we have this thing, which people have been coping on. I guess it might have been gone up because people have been coping, but good reprint. Zeus is a good reprint for sure. No one's complaining about Zeus. Unless you're talking the quarter century rare. I'm sure some people will complain about that one. We'll talk about that in a second. But good reprint. IP, very good reprint. Darkhold, meh. Terraforming, meh. Super Poly, meh. Book of Eclipse, meh. Engage alternate art. Okay. I mean, I still think I like the OG more, but this one's kind of cool. So if it floats your boat, this one is nice. It's nice. It's not bad. Ultra rares. What do we have? Good reprints. Any ultra rares that are really good reprints? Anything worth mentioning? Volcanic Shell, I guess, is kind of neat. for Edison. Dark Armed, we always respect Dark Armed whenever we see it. That's just, it has to be like that. Aratama, good reprint. Aratama, definitely a good reprint. I don't know if Sakitama was also expensive, but definitely Aratama was. So there we go. Sprite Carrot that's a psychopathic one because there's like literally all like all of the sprites are like have super rare prints except for Balloon and Carrot, and they're giving Carrot an ultra rare print, which none of the other sprite cards have an ultra rare print. None of the other sprites have an ultra rare printing. It's completely, it's psychopathic that they're expecting me to put an ultra rare Carrot into my deck. Anyways, no one is gonna do that. The demand for ultra rare Carrot is literally 0. The optimal rarity for Sprite Red and Sprite Carrot remains common. It remains common. Okay? Chat, no one puts ultra rare Sprite Carrot into their deck, okay? It's just wrong. It's just wrong. You can't stop me. We'll see about that. Anyways, Baldrake is another one of those. A Baldrake? Why? I can feel my blood pressure rising at the idea. First of all, printing Baldrake as a common was already psychopathic, because literally all the bestial level 6s, all of them are super rares. All of them are super rares. It should have been matching. It should have been a matching rarity. And now you're reprinting it. You're reprinting it like only a couple weeks after its original release, or how long is it? Like a couple months. And instead of giving it like an OTS super rare, instead of giving this one an OTS super rare, you're making it ultra rare. Which no other bestial has except for freaking Albalos, which no one plays anyways. Nah. This is not okay. This is not okay. These two are the no. Anyways, where was I? I've lost track. Deer Note, solid reprint, even though it's the same rarity as before. Jin Buster, very good reprint. Same thing as Herald of the Pure Light. This card's been like a what, €10 rare or something, which is like crazy. Constellar Diamond, okay. Di-Fi actually also not bad. I think that card wasn't that cheap. And then now the Sprite Smashers reprint. The Sprite Smashers reprint makes sense because Sprite Starter is an ultra rare, so I can play matching ultra rare Sprite spells. That makes sense. Well done. That's how you rarity bump properly. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Anyways, that's the reprints. Overall, very solid set of reprints. Very solid set of reprints, I think. Also, I'm just now noticing that this list is not complete. Because there is definitely also... Welcome Labyrinth is also in here. They have it as a quarter century rare listed up here. But Welcome Labyrinth is also in here. As a secret rare. I've seen it. We've seen it yesterday in the openings. It's in here. Lady is probably also in here. Is it also a secret? Are they both just secrets? Let me... there's another one here. I can't read the effects here, but it has also some of the cards. Let me see if there's anything that they missed in the other one. There's Welcome Labyrinth as a secret rare. And where's Lady? They haven't listed Lady. Unless I'm blind? No, they haven't. Lady isn't here. Lady is only a quarter century rare. Oh, okay. So Lady is only in there as a quarter century rare. Okay. But that's definitely not the case for... It's definitely not the case for Welcome Labyrinth. Welcome Labyrinth is definitely in here as a regular secret. I've seen it being pulled yesterday. So that's also... it goes without saying that this is a very good reprint. Greg, thank you for the 4 months. Appreciate the support. Welcome back. Thank you for the sub. Okay, so... that is the reprints. And on that side, honestly... this feels like an insane reprint set to me. This feels really nice. I'll say one thing about these sets in the past. In the past couple months, the past couple releases, their reprint policy in these types of sets, I've been a big fan of. I've been a big fan of their recent reprints. Also, like, remember in the last year when they gave us like a lot of reprints for like Talons, Lightning Storm, Evenly. All those cards are relatively affordable now. I've been a fan of their reprint policy recently, right? You can say about their initial rarities, you can say a lot of bad things about their initial rarities, like, you know, with the Vanquish Souls and stuff. I still have critique points about their rarity systems, but the reprints recently, I've been a fan of that portion at least. You know, I've been a fan of that recently. Still buying singles this time, to be honest. I mean, most of the time buying singles is better. Buying packs, the thing is, there are some sets where you can justify getting yourself some packs for the joy of opening them, for the excitement, and then if the set is good, you won't lose much money or maybe even make some. But most of the time, buying singles is the smarter move anyways, you know? Like, usually buying singles is the way anyways, right? But if the set is really good, then you can like, you can open it and justify spending the money on it if you like opening some stuff. Thoughts compared to the last Battles of Legends? I sadly don't remember the last Battles of Legends well enough to draw a comparison. I don't know enough about it. The set is fine, but not crazy, in my opinion. I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty solid. Anyways, let's talk about this quarter century rare real quick. Quarter century rare in general, I think is a nice rarity. I'm a fan of the rarity. I'm gonna say that right off the bat. I think it looks good. Let me see if I can quickly pull up a picture. Quarter century rare, because there's already some out there. Images, quarter century rare. Let me see if I can get a good picture of one of the cards. Oh, this is a very small, poor quality picture. This one's better. Yeah, this one's better. So this is a quarter century rare Dark Magician, which has been released in the legendary collections, right? People are saying that they look like Starlight rares just with a stamp on top. I personally don't agree, because I have some of those quarter century rares from the legendary collections, and they don't look the same. The foiling effect, if you have them in your hand, it looks quite different from a Starlight rare. They are not super different, but they look a little bit different. You can definitely tell the difference. If you hold two next to each other, I think you can tell the difference. They also have the stamp down here, which is not really a big deal. You can barely see it here. But they also have gold lettering, which Starlights have silver lettering. Starlights have silver lettering, and these have the golden ultra rare lettering, which personally, I think on most cards, the silver lettering suits it a little bit better. Regardless of all that, I think the cards look the cards look good. I'm fine with the rarity. I enjoy it. If depending on the price, I'm looking forward to picking up something like an IP Masquerena as this rarity. Because let me be honest, there's one thing about Starlights that I really don't like, and that's their price point. I just, there's something in me that I just don't like that cards like that are worth like $400 or something. And like in the case of an IP Masquerena, even more than that, right? Like if the IP is between 50 and $100 or something, I'm way more open to picking one up because I think it looks good, but I don't want to pay the price of whatever that thing is. Like an IP Masquerena is just way too expensive in my book. So I personally am happy about it that we're getting cards like, because there are cards in here like IP and Zeus, which already have a Starlight printing. And while the rarity doesn't look exactly the same, you can't deny that they look close to each other, right? Like it's not Starlight rare, but it's definitely like inspired by Starlight rare. Oh, Lady also did, yeah. So it's not Starlight, but it's definitely like, you know, can I copy your homework, but you know, don't make it obvious. These types, it definitely applies to this, right? And so while I personally am not affected by this. I do not own a Starlight Zeus. I do not own a Starlight Masquerena. I do not own a Starlight Lady of the Labyrinth. I can definitely understand people that are like frustrated that the cards are being reprinted in a kind of similar rarity, because when you picked up a Starlight Rare IP Masquerena, they definitely thought, like, you definitely thought that it wasn't gonna get reprinted just like that, right? People are picking up Starlights because they're supposedly like the highest rarity of a card that's never gonna be reprinted in the same way, because that's just kind of what that was. No one ever said that. No one ever guaranteed them that. But it's kind of like, it was kind of like an unwritten thing that everyone just kind of thought, right? Someone on YouTube opened a Centauri Rare IP if you want to see how it looks. Oh yeah, send me the link to that. I'm interested in that. They hold value. I'm like, the thing is, hold up. Masquerena. I can't type. So an IP Masquerena Starlight Rare currently runs you $1,000. $1,000 is the cheapest one for a German copy. If you want English, you have to go 1,200, 1,300, whatever. Now, you are saying this will hold value. You're saying this will hold value. I'm saying I'm not sure. I am not sure if anyone in their right mind will ever make the decision to buy a Starlight Masquerena when you can have the other one. Now, let me quickly check. Okay, this is a French video. Look. Now, of course, I don't know how much this is going to be. I don't know how often do you pull one of those cards? How rare are they in these Battles of Legends? Do we know the pull rate? Do we know the pull rate on these cards? I don't think we have the guaranteed pull rate, but just judging from the influencer opening, because all we have so far is the influencer openings. Now, they didn't pull one in each box. They did not pull one per box. There was definitely some boxes that didn't have one, right? But it was definitely like, we've seen a bunch, right? So it's definitely more than Starlights. 100%. Like, it's way easier than pulling a Starlight. It seems more like collector's rares, where you get one in every 3 to 4 boxes, maybe something like that. No guarantee on that. We don't know for sure, but that's what it seems like, right? And collector's rares at release usually run you for about 50 to 100. Let's say IP. Let's be very pessimistic about it. in the sense of someone who wants to buy them. Let's say IP, because it's such a good card, runs you 100 to 150 bucks. Pessimistic. If it really is 1 in 3 boxes, I don't think IP is going to be at release more than like 100 or 150 bucks. It's just my guess. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I'm guessing right now. Let's assume that, right? Let's assume it's 150 bucks. What are you getting? Which one are you buying if you want to invest in a high rarity IP? Right? Like, literally, I don't think it's close. People like Pack will still get Starlight, but most will get the 25th. Look, yeah, maybe there's still gonna be some people that are like, because technically this is still the rarest version of IP Masquerena, and people know that, right? Collectors know that this card is rarer than this card, but most people that buy a high rare card to play it care about how it looks, and I can't see, like, I can only speak about it from my perspective right now. I would never ever consider picking up an IP Masquerena Starlight rare as long as this exists and costs like a fifth of the price, right? And I think if only collectors are interested in Starlight rare Masquerenas, it still is gonna drop, right? Surely it's gonna drop. Because I'm also looking at it from another perspective. If I had a Starlight Rare Masquerena, if I had a Starlight Rare Masquerena right now, which I don't, but if I did have one, I would sell it right now, and I would pick up this thing, and I would like keep the whatever how many $100 difference and just like keep it for myself or invest it into something else, buy another nice card. Because, dude, yes, the Starlight looks a little bit better. Yes, the Starlight looks a little bit better, but I'm not a collector. I'm not a collector. I care about how the card looks. And in my book, this one looks good enough. Right? And I think that means the Starlight has to go down. I mean, you can see here, this is the 1 day average. Let me make this English so everyone gets it. This is the 1 day average. This means that one sold for $800 in the last day. Someone put it up there and was like, hey, I'm happy if I can still get 800 for this because it's getting reprinted as a quarter century, and someone bought it for 800. Right? So, you know, that means something. I think this card is gonna, I think it will impact the price of the Starlights. I think it will impact the price of the Starlights that they're dropping this, which I think is not only a good thing, because I really do feel for people that invested this money into a Starlight because they thought it was a safe investment, right? I feel bad for people that thought buying a Starlight Rare Masquerena was a safe investment, but at the end of the day, it's kind of what you sign up for with trading card games, right? It's kind of what you're in for, right? It's like you there's no guarantee that, you know, no one guaranteed them that. No one ever said we're never reprinting Masquerena as a nice rarity, right? So I guess at the end of the day, it's what you have to expect sometimes. But I still can't help but feel bad for those people. All things aside, this IP looks nice. This IP looks nice. If this has a, if this gets out there at a reasonable price, I'm picking up one of those IPs. I think I'm picking up one of those IPs if it's looking reasonable. I don't know how much it will be. We don't know yet, but yeah. So that's my take on the quarter century rares, because I think it's like, it's only really controversial on the cards that have a Starlight. On everything else, it's just bonus, right? No one is complaining about quarter century Dark Armed Dragon. That's hype AF. Like quarter century Assault Synchron, hype AF. Like that's super cool. I think the only people that have a reason to complain is the ones that own a Starlight rare that's being reprinted as a quarter century, right? All right. Well, let's get to the probably most exciting, most important part of the set, which is like the stuff that actually impacts competitive Yu-Gi-Oh!, which is new cards. First and foremost, my favorite card in the set is Assault Synchron. Even if I don't know any of the most of the other card effects, I don't care. Assault Synchron is my favorite card in the set. Nothing will change my mind. I love this card. I hope this card can see play in the TCG, because let's be clear, we don't have Chaos Ruler. That's a big deal, but I love this card. I love this card regardless. Even if it ends up being not great, I'm just happy that we have it. During your main phase, you can special summon this card from your hand, then take 700 damage. If summoned this way, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck while you control this monster, except Synchros. If a face-up Dragon Synchro you control is tributed or banished, you can banish this card from your grave, then target one of those monsters, special summon it. This card is awesome. Level 2, great synergy with sprites. Unironically, people have been doing that. You're locked into Synchros while you have it. But since it's a tuner, you can just synchro it off immediately. You can like special this, special blue, make Cupid pitch, make Herald of the Arclight, keep playing. It's great. And then it's a level 2 extender even for Sprite, which, you know, Sprite sometimes struggles when they remove your first level 2 off of the field and you can't summon the rest from your hand. This solves that problem as well. It's a phenomenal card. It even has a bonus with the Dragon Synchro monsters, which is a lot harder to do for us because we don't have Chaos Ruler. But still, I think this is a good card. This is definitely a good card. People are saying pre-sale is on $60. Let me quickly check if it's already on pre-sale on Card Market. But $60 seems a bit much. Assault Synchron is on pre-sale for $50 right now. Which I personally don't agree with that. I don't think that's gonna hold that price. I really don't think so. Jordan out here on the bottom charging you 90. Shout outs to Jordan. Good luck with that endeavor. Anyways. Assault Synchron is a good card. But I don't think it's gonna be like... the thing is, I have problems with this. I have problems giving you solid advice because I genuinely don't have much experience with these Battles of Legends sets specifically. I genuinely don't know how much cards are going to be out of this set. I really don't know. If this was a main set secret rare, I would say it could settle between 20 and 30 because like some people will want the playset, but you have to understand that people like this card, but not everyone is going to need it because there's not that many decks that will use it. And it's also not completely insane. Like it's a good card. It's gonna spark some interest, but I don't think it's gonna like, you know, turn the meta on its head and be completely busted. So I would be more inclined to think it's gonna end up between like I said, I have no dimension for this set, but I think it's like 20, 30 maybe. 50 seems an awful amount for a card that probably only makes it into like tier 2 decks. Numeron Network was 50 on pre-sale and then dropped to $8. Okay, well, this card is better than Numeron Network. But I don't think it's a 50 euro card. I don't think you should be buying into this for 50 euros. I think you're gonna get it for cheaper. Okay, chat. Now, I don't want to spend hours and hours reading every single card. So you guys, surely you guys have read those cards already and know which cards you're excited for. So give me some suggestions of cards we need to talk about. Duality. Yes, Duality is a good card to talk about. Duality, quick play spell card. Tribute a light or dark monster. Special summon a light or dark monster with the same original type and level, but different original attribute from hand or extra deck. During your main phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target a light and a dark monster in your grave, shuffle both into the deck, then draw a card. You can only use each effect of duality once per turn. This card is solid. I don't think this card is insane. I think it's good. Don't get me wrong. I think it is a good card. My problem with the card is that I don't really see an immediate home for it outside maybe Dragon Link and maybe Branded. But I don't know exactly how you would use it. The problem is basically the general problem of a card like this is that it is not searchable. And in modern Yu-Gi-Oh, you cannot build your deck around a card that is not searchable 3 of. Like, that just doesn't work. You have to find a deck where this card basically already just fits into it. Like, it has to be an existing deck where the card just goes into it nicely, right? Now I'm not sure if we have much of that. But it is a good card in general. Staple 3 of in Dragon Link. I mean, okay, Dragon Link. What can Dragon Link do that's cool? What do we do in Dragon Link? Right? We can do some cool stuff like dodging Imperm and Valor in general. We can tribute Tracer to summon Seyfert. We can tribute Lubellion to summon what? I don't know. Lubellion into Furious or Odd Eyes Fusion? Okay. It's only from hand. I thought it was deck. Oh no, it's hand or extra deck. Okay, no, that makes it even worse. You have to tag into the extra deck, basically. You have to tag into the extra deck. From hand is not worth it. I thought you could go into the deck. I misread. Okay. The card is still fine, because there's some cool stuff you can do. Like, you can do Aluber into Herald of the Arclight, maybe. You can do, yeah, you can do Lubellion in some dark level 8 dragons. Magnamut into Malong. There is use cases for the card. There is use cases. Grand Guignol into Dragoon. Can you summon Dragoon with this? Dragoon. But doesn't Dragoon have... Isn't Dragoon weaker if you don't make it with a... with a thingy? Yeah, you can't pop. You can't pop with Dragoon. You can only discard to negate. Which isn't... It's not that insane. Like, you make a Dragoon that can't pop, it also can't go bigger. Right? That's one of the main things. If your Dragoon cannot destroy, it also will not be bigger than 3000, which means that it is not as unbeatable of a Towers monster. Right? Banish this card from your graveyard, then target a light and a dark in your grave, shuffle into the deck, draw a card. The bonus effect is really nice because it makes it a good discard. It makes it a good discard. It makes it a good mill in certain decks. It's a good card overall, but it's like, my problem with it is I don't know where to put it. It's not, I don't think it's as convincing. It's not as easy to use this card, but it's a good card, right? That's what I'm getting to. It's a solid card. I would not surprised. It would not. I would not be surprised if this saw play at some point, but I don't know where exactly. Now, Shadow's Light, you guys say, is better even in Dragons. Target a dark monster you control. Special summon a light monster with the same original type and level from your deck or extra deck. You can banish this card from your graveyard. During your main phase this turn, you can normal summon a light or dark in addition to your normal summoner set. You can only use each effect of Shadow's Light once per turn. You can't conduct your battle phase. You activate either of these effects. Hell yeah, this card is better. Hell yeah, this card is better. This card is good. This card is good. Target Tracer summons Seyfert? And if you already have Seyfert, you're happy anyways? Yes, this is good. Two things about this card. It's not a quick play spell. And I'm pretty sure it will not resolve if the monster gets removed from the field. Because it says special summon a light monster with the same type and level. So if the monster dies, it doesn't have a level anymore. But it's pretty good. The reason why it's good is... the reason why it's good specifically is because it tutors Seyfert. And Seyfert is a really good card. Seyfert is a really, really nice card. And you have no problem accessing your Rocket Tracer. It's really easy to find Rocket Tracer. It's not easy to find Seyfert. Right? So this card is definitely solid. And you get a free extra normal summon if you want to, right? If you draw too many normal summons, it's just a bonus. I like this card. It enables purely normal summon purely and normal summoning Vanity's Ruler. Oh, it's not bad in purely, is it? It's not great in purely, but you can you target the dark cat, you summon the light cat, you target the light cat, you summon the dark cat. Okay. Good card. Oh no, you can't target the light, you have to target dark. Yeah, I thought it was you could do either way. No, you have to target the dark to summon the light. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Still fine. Still fine, yeah. I like this card, not bad. Kind of the same problem as this card, where I don't know exactly which deck I want to put it in. You probably put those cards in the same deck very often, but yeah. Damn, the Chaos support. The Chaos support is racking up. This Synchro I know is good. Now, this card is not going to be money, I think. This card is not going to be money. This card is going to be a niche extra deck option, but it is a solid one at that. If this card is Synchro Summoned, you can apply one of these effects based on the levels of the materials used for this card's summon. If you use 3 or more materials, apply all 3 effects. If you used a level 1 and a 5 to make the level 6, you destroy a card. If you used a 2 and a 4, you draw a card. If you use 3 and a 3, you can treat it as a tuner. Or you do treat it as a tuner. This card is nothing crazy, but it's kind of like Stardust Charge Warrior and Coral Dragon, where you're gonna see it pop up sometimes because it's just like level 6, light, Synchro Summon it, draw a card. It's solid. Most importantly, there's some decks that really Synchro spam that you can make Charge Warrior multiple times in theory. So but Charge Warrior I think is once per turn. So you can make this now. And then maybe sometimes going second, you can even do you can do it where for example, Assault Synchron Sprite could do something like where you make it going second, you just use 3 materials and then you can do all these effects. Theoretically possible. I think it's a solid card. I think it's a very solid extra deck option. Some decks will want the 1 card. Doesn't Coral do everything it does? I mean, Coral's drawback has always been that it doesn't draw on summon. So let's say you play something like Runic Synchro, which we've done a couple times in Master Duel. Summoning Coral Dragon doesn't always mean you can get it to the graveyard to get the draw, but because sometimes you need to draw like a Runic Extender on the spot. We've had that situation a couple times. I can definitely remember a couple spots where I was like, we need to draw immediately, right? And sometimes Coral doesn't do that. So I don't think it's strictly better than Coral Dragon. Coral Dragon is sometimes better, and sometimes Charge Warrior is better. It's just nice to have the option. Because honestly, let's be real, 2 and 4 is the most common way to make a level 6. That's how Runic Synchro does it almost every time. That's how other Synchro decks does it pretty much every time. So this card is solid. People are saying this card is solid. This card is always treated as an Infernoble Knight card. You can discard this card, then target a warrior monster you control, equip it with an appropriate equip spell from your deck. Well, that has to be somewhat useful. That has to be somewhat useful. When this card not equipped with any equipped card is destroyed by battle with an opponent's monster and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon this card, and if you do equip that monster your opponent controls to this card, you can only use each effect. Okay. Mikanko, random. It feels like one of those cards that you can play in like those random 60 card combo piles, and it just fits right in. I don't know if you can use it outside of that, but it's definitely not a terrible card. Ooh, we need to talk about this card, because this card is good. This card is good. So, Sky Striker Ace Azalea. You might think, yo, Sky Striker support, but I don't think it's actually that big of a Sky Striker support. It's very good in other decks as well. 2 light and or dark monsters must be link summoned. You can only special summon Sky Striker Ace Azalea once per turn. If this card is special summoned, you can target a card on the field, destroy it. Then, if you have 3 or less spells in your grave, send this card to the graveyard. Once per turn, at the start of the damage step, if this card battles an opponent's monster, you can banish a spell from your graveyard, destroy that opponent's monster. Now, this card is good in Sky Striker. This card is good in Sky Striker, but it's also good in a lot of other decks. A lot of decks have light or dark monsters, right? So you basically have a generic Link 2 that you summon, and it just pops any card on the field. Right? So kind of like Donner, but better. And the thing is, if you have 3, you need 4 spells in the graveyard. Otherwise, this just dies. But let's be real, Donner also dies. Donner also tributes itself to... Donner also has to target itself to destroy a card. It doesn't tribute itself, but it destroys itself. So, in light or dark decks, this card is just, I think, better than Donner most of the time. And then once per turn at the start of the damage step, if this card battles, you can banish a spell from the grave, destroy that monster. That's bonus as well. It's just bonus as well. And it's also good in Sky Striker, because Sky Striker is one of the decks that will have a lot of spells in the grave, a lot. So you can just keep it and then link further. It's just very solid. It's a very solid card. I like this card a lot. I think it's a utility link that a lot of people are gonna want one copy of. Like a lot of decks, I've seen this card in plenty OCG decks. I've seen this card being run, so I think it's very good. This card is insane in Runic Sprite to make with IP during the opponent's turn. It's... Oh yeah, you play that probably. You probably would play that as like it's like a little bit better than Unicorn maybe, because it doesn't require a discard. It's a nice card. That's all I have to say about this card. It's a nice card. We don't have to talk about why this card is nice. IP prevents Azalea to be destroyed. That does not work. No. Because it says send this card to the graveyard. That does not work. It sends, it doesn't destroy. So you can't, like, IP will not protect it. No. Does IP even protect from your own card effects, or is it just opponents? I'm not actually sure, but either way, it doesn't matter, because in this case, it sends. Yeah, IP is opponent's cards anyway, so even if it said destroy this card, it wouldn't work. So, chatting on multiple levels. What other cards do we really need to talk about? I've seen some people say that this card is actually good hero support. No, not this one. This one. Elemental Hero Flame Wingman Infernal Rage. 2 elemental heroes with different attributes. Okay, very easy to summon with something like Miracle Fusion or the poly you play already. Must be fusion summoned. If this card is special summoned, you can add a favorite card from your deck or grave to your hand. What do you play for that? You contribute this card if it was fusion summoned using a normal monster as material. Special summon a level 7 or lower elemental hero monster that cannot be normal summoned set from your deck or extra deck. Ignoring its summoning condition, you can only use each effect of Flame Wingman Infernal Rage once per turn. Favorite contact. Hold up. Card search. Favorite contact. Special summon a fusion monster from your extra deck that mentions a hero monster as material, ignoring its summoning conditions by placing on the bottom from among cards of hand, field, grave, and or banished. If you placed a Neos into the deck, neither player can return the monster by this effect to the extra deck. You can only activate one favorite contact per turn. It summons a turn skip floodgate. Oh. It summons a turn skip floodgate. Nebula Neos. Nebula Neos. Wait, Neos, Grand Mole, and Dark Panther? How do you get those, though? Because you need the materials. There's no way we play Grand Mole. Cosmo Neos. Okay, we've been chatting again. Elemental Hero Neos plus 3 Neospatians with different attributes. Do we play 3 Neospatians? Are we chatting again? We're not playing. No one is gonna put Neospatians into their deck. Okay, stop. I should have never opened the hero card. I should have known where this was gonna go. I should have. We stopped talking about the hero card immediately. Immediately, we stopped talking about the hero card. Okay. The link 1 thingy is if this card is sent to the grave as link material for a Cyberus link with 2300 or more attack, you can special summon this card, but banish link. This is... I don't want to talk about it, okay? It's just another link 1 Cyberus link climbing garbage, okay? Like, it's a good card, but I don't understand why they keep making them. Blackwing Tuner... Sharn God, the Waning Moon. If there's a monster with 2000 or more attack on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon Sharn God, the Waning Moon once per turn. If you control a Blackwing Synchro monster, you can banish this card from your grave, then target a face-up card your opponent controls, destroy it. You can only use this effect of Blackwing, Sharn God, the Waning Moon once per duel. Okay. Doesn't look bad. Doesn't... It's probably okay, but it's Blackwings. I think we're scraping the bottom of the barrel here for relevant cards, chat. I think it's getting less and less interesting the more cards we look at. I think worth noting: Assault Synchron, Sky Striker Azalea, the Tri-Gate Synchro, or whatever it's called, Duality and Shadows Light, probably in that order, are the most exciting cards from this set. The Ignoble thingy, the Hero thingy, the Blackwing Synchro, the Link 1 dude, solid cards. But yeah, the Crystal Beast card is good. See, the thing is, the Crystal Beast card is also a Crystal Beast card though. So I don't know. Like, the question is, does it make Crystal Beast relevant? The answer is probably not. Read it though? Okay. Last one. Crystal Beast card. Which one? This one? Golden Rule. This card is always treated as a crystal card. Place true Crystal Beast monsters from your deck face up in your spell and trap zone as continuous spells. Then special summon a Crystal Beast from your hand or grave with a different name from those cards. And if you do, equip it with this card. When this card leaves the field, destroy that monster. You can only activate one Golden Rule per turn. Okay, that card is a custom card. This card is genuinely a custom card. The thing about Crystal Beasts is the entire deck is full of custom cards. The deck literally has like infinite custom cards already. And still it doesn't do shit. Like the entire archetype is full of custom cards. It's just like, at which point, like, there's two scenarios. Either we reach critical mass of custom cards, and then at some point it's actually good enough to be played, or they release so many custom Crystal Beast cards that you can make a Crystal Beast card, a Crystal Beast deck full of only custom cards, and it's still not good enough. Those are the two scenarios. What do you mean, tier 3? We are coming. Okay. I don't know, dude. Duran, thank you for the prime, and hey, I'm Stitch. Thank you guys for the primes. Welcome to the channel. Appreciate the first time primes a lot. Thank you for the support. Okay. I think it's enough, chat. I think it's enough. I think the set is good. I think we can safely say there's a lot of good reprints in this set. There's a lot of good new cards. And Quarter Century is just like another bonus thingy. I think it's a solid set. I like it. I think it's a solid set. I like it. I'm a fan of it. We're gonna open a box on stream, I'm pretty sure, by SmartGuard. Hopefully we can get one of those juicy Quarter Century rares. Other than that, there's a lot of stuff that I'm definitely gonna pick up. I'm definitely gonna pick myself up and as a Leia, one of these things. I'm gonna try and pick up Assault Synchrons if they're not super expensive. We'll see what we do about Duality and Shadow's Light. But yeah, I'm excited for the set. It feels like a nice addition to the format. It doesn't break anything. It doesn't bring any new completely busted decks. It just feels like a nice DLC to. It's a nice DLC to the current format. I like it. I'm a fan of it.